Listen to this chord from Poor Things. It's time for a very strange
Keith Horn's Chord of the Week.
The 2023 film Poor Things, directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, is one of the most unique films I've ever seen. It's this mix of like whimsical, weird, haunting, funny, disturbing, strange, and oddly sweet mix of things all at the same time.
That sounds like a perfectly normal date.
And the score by English composer Jerskin Fendrix, seen here ready to fight you over his record collection, is just as unique and strange. And it's perfectly suited to a story about coming of age in this kind of fantastical Frankensteinish sort of story. Here's the first chord of the film from the cue called Victoria. And here's what it is, at least what I think it is. It looks like, if you want to think of it as an E-flat chord, you can, but to me, and I'll get to that, I can talk about that, but first I want to talk about what it appears to me to be. It appears to be a B-flat minor, because I see this triad at the top, with an add 9, a doubled add 9, and then it's over E-flat, which is the fourth of this. So because this complete triad is in there, over the fourth, and then doubled add 9. So I suppose it's a B-flat minor add 9 over E-flat. And there's, you could think of it another way. If we thought of it as an E-flat chord, it could sort of be an E-flat 13 with no third. Right, then we would have 1, 13, 1, 9, 5, 13, 7. But it doesn't really work as a 13th chord because there's no G. If it was that, now we got an E-flat 13. But my ear always tries to find the triad. It's drawn to this B-flat. So that's the way I think of the chord. I guess like I said, we'd call that a B-flat minor add 9 over E-flat, over its own fourth, or 11, I suppose. And the way it's performed, the way it's written, it's kind of mechanical, and it's non-expressive in the best way. It's almost like when a baby first discovers a piano, and it just sort of walks up and grabs the same notes and just like smacks it and just enjoys the sound of it, which is fitting for a character like Bella, played by Emma Stone in this film, who sort of has the mind of an infant at the beginning of the film. This has almost like a catatonic feel to it, with like a hint of tragedy.
Tragic.
All right, so let's run the Victoria chord from Poor Things through a couple exercises.
Exercises.
All right, first I'm going to try the right hand only, just considering this minor triad add 9. Second inversion minor triad with an add 9. So this is B-flat minor, add 9, and we'll just get used to that sound and run that through the plagal cycle, descending fourths, like this. And then we'll add the left hand and take it through the authentic cycle, like this. We'll go right hand, and then think of my attention is always on this B-flat, this center note here, and then adding a fourth underneath with a doubled 9. You could think of it that way, or you could think of it as sort of an E-flat octave with a sixth, and then a fifth above that, add that first chord we just did, the B-flat minor add 9. Over top of a fifth higher than the E-flat. You could think of it either way. The whole purpose of it, of doing this kind of work, is to first conceive of the chord, call it what you will, and practice it over and over again to make it part of your vocabulary. That's the whole point for me of this kind of work, making me a better composer with sort of a deeper bag of tools. So here's that exercise.
Well done.
So that's the Victoria chord from the film Poor Things by Joskin Fendrix. And it's, if you haven't seen the movie, if you like weird movies, this is for you. The score is so unique and just fits the story so well that as soon as I heard it, I'm like, well, that's a chord of the week right there. So thank you for watching and happy practicing.
Yeah. Who this? This beat. Yo, who this? Yo, who this? Who this?